Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
180!
Mayfield on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check 20. Check 48. Go.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Run game non-existing.
Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready. Mike 51. Mike 51. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
That was a terrible pass.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And everything.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Regular.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. This is caught. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Ingram, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Mayfield now. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he gets it down to the 32. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, look, 48. Look, we don't like the 48 right there.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
At the 34-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. TJ Carey right there in coverage. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially,
you're making him
give him
so
15.
Mistakes.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Push him back. Push him back.
Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
My fell. Wait, why do I have the ball on the 20? What the fuck happened? What the fuck just happened? But wait, what the fuck just happened? Why do I not have 14 points? That was the score. Why do I have points? I just got a fumble. Why am I on this side of the field?
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
That's crazy. This game cheating.
He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here.
I'm so upset.
No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something
I didn't kick it into the back of the end zone.
We're trying to win a game.
He fell on top of it. What do you mean?
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
It's supposed to be a touchdown. That nigga tried me.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself.
I don't know who the
as
fuck
he
sending
keeps
me
it for
messages.
3
I feel like
on
it's
first
Jordan.
down.
I'm not going to read that.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
At the 33-yard line.
Well, all right, I am off to O-Town now.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. So let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Oh, my God. I fucked that up. So bad.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
What happens, I guess?
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. 4 yards on the completion.
I can't believe they just cheated me like that.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Why are you telling me kick a 64-yard
Not only was the call
field
spot
goal,
on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time. They couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
They really know
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Two draw Corker.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Hey, alert 3. Run. Cross 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, alert 48. My touch.
A first down throw for Mayfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. Beckham. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns. 18. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is caught. He hits more. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Landry. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him.
Right after
no room to find to get upfield.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Mayfield on play action. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He got 29 yards that time. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Mayfield forced out to his left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now it's Hunt, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Boy, if you don't beat this trashy.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They complete it to Hill. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 25-yard line. Jackson now escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
I was just hoping it was a field goal, because I clicked that shit so fast. I was hoping it wasn't a fake, but I was low-key ready. I thought that might have been a fake, to be honest. Like, I was hoping it wasn't, but I was mentally prepared for it to be a fake.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Watch that in. Watch that in.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking aside.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
I feel like it's the same guy.
And as they come to the
could have sworn that was the same nigga.
Off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
I'm not even gonna lie, I could have sworn that was the same nigga that.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him.
What?
He goes after the football, competes for it.
How did he get out of that?
It's his and only his.
From the 31, Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. A 10th carry.
Look at this guy. Look at this. I mean, I fucked it up, but look at that guy.
Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's 2nd and 9.
I knew in my soul that man was going to come out and mess up that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Give me some.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no
I need to work on my kicking.
It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rear view,
I've been missing all year.
Out to kick this one off.
I haven't really been focusing when I get there. Because I'm always like I'm always pissed off when I try to score, and when I score, I'm pissed off. So then, like, that anger goes into the field goal. Hey, I'm not focused.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offensive. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied.
It was only 57.
Quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up.
Oh, no, the box was super small. I just hit it, but yeah.
Field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
36. Regular.
From the 30 on second down, Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives.
I mean, I threw it on the right side of him, so it would have been hard for him to get it anyway.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back
You tried.
and see the ball coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got a good animation over my end to put myself in the way.
He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. From the gun, Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But you were in the way.
Deficit all at once, one big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him,
Dicker was in the way talking about if I would have just quit if you didn't get the pass interference. When the nigga pass interfered. It's crazy.
Jarvis Landry, 30.
The sad part is I still didn't get that one touchdown from earlier that game. Tried me. Tried me.
91 yards on the punt return, and the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point.
Crazy, bro.
Good, and the decision to just kick.
I don't get how mad if you doing that, bro. Straight tried me. Scoop and score. Oh, here's the ball on the 20-yard line.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
No, how is it gonna be a touchback? You didn't kick it. You didn't kick it.
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw that's
I had someone else open. I just pressed the wrong button at the time.
Taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd
That's the sad
down
part.
very long.
I know. I should have had an extra touchdown.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he stays up. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Jackson.
Wow. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I tried to slide.
But he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Flush to his right. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun. Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
51.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
6 guys. Check it.
To throw again is Jackson.
Oh, this nigga fell.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
You think so?
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
I mean, it helps.
They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
You see that shit too, right? That shit didn't make any sense.
That's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall.
And now I had to go.
About to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
I also lost the touchdown. You know how demoralizing that is to see the Madden to say this is on you're on the 20-yard line.
Defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
That's the first time that ever happened to me in Madden, bro. I knew that shit happened.
And they'll try to
that was the first time that ever happened to me.
Field to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our...
It was a rain game, though.
You're right. Let me tell you how